pen. Okay, so what we're going to do tonight is we're just going to walk through some basics of getting you kind of up and going, getting the most out of your account. And so we're going to start with just a few things that when you first sign on to your account, some things could be really, really helpful for you to get organized. So first of all, thank you guys for being here tonight. Thanks for giving Optapro a shot. And so we're just going to start at the very beginning. Some of you have spoken to more than others, but so what we're going to do is we're going to cover about 4 or 5 things tonight real quickly that can really help you. So if some of this is repeat, I'm sorry, but it's just, you'll get to learn it again. So one of the things that you'll first want to do is importing your clients. And I assume looking at most of your accounts, I think everybody's gotten past that. But the next step would be to tag them, and you can tag them as they come in. But once they're tagged, does everybody know how to make a smart list up here? Does everybody know how to do that? Yes. Okay. Yes and no. Okay. All right. Yes, I'm seeing most of the yeses. Okay, good. So after smart lists, one of the things that's kind of newish for us is the tasks portion of this. You can make tasks for yourself or for a team member, and this is really helpful. It's not a task like you would use like Trello or another task manager out there. I use Notes a lot, but for tasks, but the tasks in Optapro are client specific. So when you're in this fake contact over here, you can make yourself a task with a due date to it. You can just, it timestamps it for you. You can put whatever this is. We'll just say test, and then like maybe you want to remind yourself, and these tasks are for yourself, they're not for the client, but they are about this client. So maybe you want to remind yourself like, oh, this person is having a surgery coming up, so I want to remind myself to be a good coach and reach out to them, or I need to order something for them, or call customer support for them, or whatever the case is. So you can put whatever that is here. And hey Brandon, welcome, good to see you. And then you are going to assign that to somebody on your team. Now, if it's just you, you just put yourself, obviously. Or like I have a lot of husband-wife teams, so you can assign that to, your spouse, and then the due date, whenever that is. So you can select that. So I'll just say here. All right. And then it saves it. It'll save it to his thing over there. But where you can look at all of your tasks instead of each individual person's file is you can, when you first come on the dashboard, the tasks that are still yet to have been done, they're here. But you can also, when you're in contacts, you can go to tasks, and then you can see all of the outstanding tasks that have to be done, that have been done, that are assigned to you, assigned to your spouse, or whatever. And so you can come in here and clear them. You can kind of see, oh, when was the last time I said I was gonna do whatever? You can kind of look at them all right here and filter over here by who they are, or filter by the due date or whatever. So that's been really, really helpful. Just another level of organization for you guys. The other thing, like some little housekeeping things I want to make sure that everybody's aware of, that's going to really, really help you get a little further down the road, is 2 things that we've built in to help you. We've been going on Optapro a little over a year, and so over time, like each month, it gets a little better. And so there's 2 things that we have added to help you. One that I want to make sure you're aware of is over here in the right hand corner, is this little orange icon, and this is where the chat guys are. Right here, chat with us. And this is 24/7. These guys are available. They've been training for months. They know Optapro really well. They're all native English speakers, US based, so they can understand you really well. So they're always available. And then the other thing over here is the members area. And we just did a big update on this. Everything is up to date, and the idea is so that you can put everything together for yourself. When you first sign up, just to walk through these first couple of steps, I put the most the most repeatable troubleshooting things in here for you. and then a couple advanced sessions in there as well. So check that out. And can you guys just verify for me? Can everybody click on members area? The nuance to it is that it has its own login area to it. I'm sorry, its own password. And I sent that to everybody when you first got your account. And I know that's annoying, and I know that's one more step, but the reason that is because eventually we're going to build that area out into different offerings and all that other stuff. But so you'll have to have a password to get in there. But that's why that is. But can you just kind of like verify? And if you can't get in, then I'll take a note and make sure to send you a password in just a few minutes. So, and you can even just put it in the chat or whatever if you want to let me know. Okay. So there is that. And then the, we're going to cover something on your health form in just a moment. But I also wanted to point this out to you too. This is like a new offering that we're doing for free, and it's a manual ad. But some of you guys, are you guys working this some different lines? I think this comes from the Dan Valentine line, this digital 100s list. So if you would like this added to your page, it's a manual ad. You just have to email me the link, and that's just Archie@opta.pro. Email me the link. So because I can't store it for you, it's just a pointer to your Google account. And then if you're like, I don't have that, but I would like that, just shoot me a link, or just shoot me an email and just say, hey, I would like that, and I'll send you the blank of this, and you can store. I know this is stupid, but I'll send you the blank. You store it on your G drive and then send me the link back, and then I'll park it there for you. And yeah.
So if we use another one, like I have my own,
Yep.
like, can we send you that? It just has to be a Google Sheet and you can upload that and whatever.
Sure. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. Not to be weird, I just can't store it for you. It has to live somewhere in your world, and I'll park it over there for you. Yeah. Okay. Well, one of the things is one of your first tasks that you should do when you first get all set up. I want to spend just a little bit of time on the health form, and just kind of make sure everybody knows where that is. How do you change it? How do you make adjustments to it? And then for the love of God, like how do you send it to anybody, right? So we're gonna cover those steps. Okay. So there is I'm going to show you where this is. This is in Sites and Forms. Okay. You're going to go to Forms, and then Forms, and then you hover over it and Builder. Now, there is a known bug on some people's internet cookies, and they do not have the word forms there. So if that is you, please let me know. So I'm Jody, you still don't have yours. Okay.
I still don't have mine. I tried a different browser thinking, well, I wonder if it's a cookie thing, if it would work in another browser, and it was the same.
Okay. There is a small workaround on your end. If you go to Chrome and do an incognito, if you right click on Chrome and do an incognito session, it will let it through. But I will, right after this, Jody, I'm trying to make sure we clear that up for you. Okay. It'll be after the 5:30 session though, but
yeah.
And anybody else. So just hit me up on an email. Okay, so Jody, let's pretend that you have forms. Okay, so you're gonna hover over it. Mike had this problem too. We had to solve that for Mike too. We got it. You're gonna hover over Forms, and then Forms Builder. Okay, and then the only form that you really have in here is the health assessment form. So you're gonna click on that. There's a whole video on this, so I won't waste everybody's time for a lot of this, but I want to show you just a few things that are super important to get you up and going. It comes with your name not here, so you want to go and put your name in there. So you're going to click on these fields, and you can see a menu open up on the right hand side. So anything you want to do here opens over there. So click here, you put your name in, and let's just pretend that's the only thing that you want to do. You're just going to come down here and save the form, and then you're going to integrate the form, and that just means like I want to send the link somewhere. Okay, so you're going to hit integrate form, and then this one right here, just copy form link. That's all you need. The rest of this, is if you're going to park it inside of a website or something like that. All you really need to know is just get the link for the form, and it's right here. Copy form link. Okay. So before I leave this page and show you where to put that, I want to just show you how to make a couple quick little changes if you would like to. Let's say you want to play with this form. You're like, I would like to change the background color. You can come over here to styles and play around with the background color or the color of the font, or let's say you want to put a picture, you want to put your picture up there. You can do all that stuff over here on the fields. You'll see these are kind of like some there's two categories of fields. There is the standard, which is like contact stuff, and then custom fields. Let's say like you always ask this one specific question that's just not in here. To make this, I took about like 3 different people's jot forms they were using and kind of compiled the best of what I could tell everybody was using. But please make it your own. You're welcome to
Is
change.
time zone in there? Like, is that a field where and that connects to the actual Optapro time zone?
No, it's not in there, but you can certainly put it in there.
I just wasn't, because I know that's a feature with when you're connecting with people that it does the time zone, so it would need to connect to that area.
Yes,
So I wasn't sure.
No, but that's a good point. It is not in here. You can certainly add it. Or if you know what it is, you can just update their client file over here. That's good. That's really good.
You could update that sometime.
Yeah, I could. I should. I'll make a note.
Yeah, I was just thinking it'd be nice to send all my existing
Have it
clients,
done.
hey, let's do that update. And then that would be a piece of information I was capturing.
There you go. Okay. Okay, so if you want to do like the standard set of questions, they're here. On custom fields, this is where you're going to add your own type of question. And then it's going to be like, okay, great. What kind of question do you want to ask? Is this like, do you want them to type something in or a paragraph or check from a list or whatever? You choose the type of question and then just follow the steps. And then once the question is created, it'll park down over here. And all you have to do to add a new question is you just grab it from over here and you literally just drag it. So, or let's just say that you want to put your picture up at the top. You just grab like your new question that you just typed up or an existing thing, you just drag it, and that's it. Okay. And then after you make your changes, you hit save, and you don't really have to update the link or anything. Your link that is for your health form stays the same. So you can make any changes you want to and not worry about, oh no, now I got to update Facebook or wherever else you parked it. Okay. So that's how you do that. And so let's go back to, okay, you've changed your name, you've updated your questions, you're ready to like park this and send it to people. You're going to integrate form, grab that link, and then you're going to go back over here to automation. Okay. And we've got a couple already built in here for you. We've got kickoff text and start week texts. And then there's one called health assessment, and that's where you're going to park this one. So you're going to come in here, and this is just kind of sitting there ready to fire out. And when you click on this, you're going to see what it is. So I already have mine in here, but you're going to your text will look like this, and you're just going to park. Whoops, not that, but I got to actually copy it from the other page. So you'll just drop in that text and then save it, and then it's ready to go. Okay. So once that workflow is ready to go and you've already put your health form link in there, you can come back over here to contacts. And let's just say that you're working with this client here, and you want to send them the health assessment form. So it's already built in a workflow for you. There we go. My internet's being a little slow. Well, there's 2 ways to do it, since that's not loading really quickly. You can do it from out here. You can say, okay, we're going to send Larry Mitchell the health assessment form. You can click on it, and then you're going to come up to the robot, which is just like cute for automation. And then it's going to say, yes, we really want to send that to. And then it's going to ask, okay, what do you want to send them? And then you're going to send them the the health assessment form right here. Okay. And then you're just going to make yourself a note, sent health form. And then you say, okay, cool. And then it's going to go ahead and send it out for you. Okay. So anything that you do from this screen out here is called a bulk action. And the reason is because from this screen, you can send I can send everybody in this contact list that health assessment form that we just went through. And from out here, you can always check on your progress and see like, well, how is it going? So you can come up here to bulk actions. Anything you send from this page to multiple people, you can come up here to bulk actions. And then here's my little note I just made for myself, sent health form or from. Some of you guys probably saw that on the front end. And then you can see the stats. Okay, how's it going? So I sent one and it was successful. Okay, cool. And that's how you can kind of know like how is it going? That's where you can check for your health assessment links.
So in these same lines, can I just ask, because this is, so if I wanted to send like all of my active clients a text saying, hey, I have a new phone number.
Yes.
I know what we need to do.
Yes.
Like, how do we just do so it's not something that it's going to be, it's a one-off kind of text.
Yes. So yeah. Okay. So what we would do is like, just to do your example, I've already made a smart list of my current clients. Right. So I just select current clients. And then I would select everybody. And then if you have more than one page, it'll show up here and it will say, do you want to add all 57 records or whatever across 3 pages? And you'd say yes. And then right here, you come to the SMS button. It's right here in the middle next to the web. And then you would just say, hey, this is Jody, right? And then well, not Jose, autocorrected.
It does that all the time.
Okay. So yeah, you just say, hey, this is my message, this is my new number, please save it, and looking forward to talking to you. And then you just
are there fields that we can put in here, or any of those little,
well, it's just
like
a text
if we want
message.
to put their first name.
You can add, yes. Let me show you guys a little trick. This is built in the workflows, but if you can just memorize it. So if you do oops, not emojis, if you do, hey, squiggly bracket,
first name.
Yep, contact dot first, and it's underscore name, and then close it back out. It will say, hey, Jody, this is Archie. Or,
okay. Yep. Okay. And then it'll send the exact same thing to everybody. You can't like with Reach, you can do like customize a little bit here and there, but this is just a blank. This is going to everybody exactly the same.
Exactly. Yeah. And the customization would be with the tags. So you'd want to say, okay, to all my current clients, I'm going to send this. To my coaches, I'm sending this, or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Archie, do you have like a shortcut list of those kinds of things where it'll capture a client's name, like what you did with the brackets and the contact dot first underscore name? Do you have some sort of a what do they say, like a glossary of those things somewhere?
Oh yes, yeah. The easiest place to find those is when you are in an automation. When you're we'll just go to one that's here. The fastest way is it's custom values. It's like, that's where like I find it the most useful to use in real life, custom values. But there's also a custom values menu over here in settings. And then there's going to be custom values right here. You can make your own custom values as well. And then custom fields, sorry. There we go. Is that helpful?
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
That way you don't have to remember it. But yeah, here's that contact dot first name thing. And then as people as you interact with people, and if you ask them like their email, there's AI built into this that will register and recognize like, oh, I have like this person. Well, there's not a great example because these are all filled in for you. But let's just say you had Janice Bickerstaff's phone number, but you didn't have her email. And then if you asked like, hey, can you send me your email? it will register and recognize like, oh, this is an @something.com. It'll recognize that, oh, that's an email that I need to save. So that's pretty cool too. So I'm going to take you over to a common thing that happens, one of the troubleshooting items. Okay, and then the rest of the time we'll open up for questions so that's useful to you guys. And then I'll have another batch of people that I'll have to deal with in 3 minutes. So we'll see how this goes. So let me show you in automation. This happens often. I think this actually happened to Mike when he was first joining up. So start week text, they start with day 1, obviously. But I think Mike was like just joining. He's like, I just had somebody join like 2 days ago. And today is actually their first day 3, or the most common thing that happens is I either I sent it out at the wrong time on accident, and now they're getting every day's text because they're just 24 hours away from each other. So if you accidentally send it out at like you hit 9 p.m. instead of 9 a.m. or something like that, or the other thing that will happen is you call that client and they're like, oh, I started a program like 2 days ago, and you're like, we were supposed to talk, so I guess today's like day 3 for you now, I guess. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna come to the start week text, and you're gonna come over here and duplicate the workflow, and we're just gonna call this, in this story, this won't happen to you, but let's just, so that we can get the idea, let's just say day 4, that you want the start week text to actually start with day 4 for some reason. Okay, so you'll call it day 4. All right, now here's our day 4 thing. All right, so this is just all we did was copy start week. Okay, so but to make it day 4, you always want to leave this first wait step in here. That's super, super important. And it's always event appointment time. After 1 minute, move to next step. And what this is doing is it's just creating a buffer up there to know, do you want to send it right now or like Tuesday? So always leave that one in place. But after that, then we're just going to go through and delete these steps. Delete the wait step. Delete you guys get the idea. But what we're going to do is just basically delete this so that our first action left here, I should have just made this example shorter, but you guys get the idea. I should have done like just day 2. Well, note to self.
It started on day 8.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so now I'm going to publish it over here, and I'm going to save it. And now I can assign this person to this workflow that now begins on day 4 and then through day 8 or whatever. And they'll never know that they didn't get the first 3 days or whatever. But you still get to look like a professional. They're still going to get it on time. And then you don't have to think about sending it to them anymore. So usually this is kind of like a one-off, one case kind of thing. So after the person goes through the system, then you can just delete that workflow or whatever. But okay. And then very, very lastly, I have something built in here under triggers. I keep using this as my example case over here, but there is in each of your health form completed, each one of you have a trigger called health form completed, and it will send you a text through the Optapro app to let you know, oh, somebody just filled out your health form. You should follow up with that person. So you get notified when the form is completed. So you don't have to just like guess or wonder or, okay. Good deal. I'm sorry, I'm behind on the chats over here. Okay. Monique said you don't have forms either. Okay. And for a Mac, Megan, which part? I'm behind on the, but that was actually, I'm sorry, Brandon. Which part for the Mac? Sorry.
Yeah, I don't have forms either, so I don't know.
Geez, all right. Okay, so, okay, Monique, Jody, and Brandon, okay. Okay. Yeah, we get it. Beth, do you have it, I hope? No, you don't have it either? Okay. That's a lot of fun. Okay, we'll get that solved for you. What kind of, besides not having a health form? All right, you taking off, Mike? Okay. Thanks for being here. All right. Mike's got a great before and after picture there too. What other questions can I answer for you guys to like just kind of help you get on your way besides the health form thing? Sorry. So, let's go to Brandon. Maybe this will answer your question, and this might shore it up for anybody else that's struggling with the phone numbers thing as well. So when you first join Optapro, one of the very first things to do is set up that phone number so that you can text. And so you're going to come over here to settings, and then phone numbers, and then you're going to add a number here, and then you just kind of walk through the steps. It'll be like, what area code would you like this phone number to be from? You choose your most closest phone number, and then it'll ask like, who do you want this? You know, the next screen will be ask for a name to go up there. Like what should be your name? That's the name that shows up on the caller ID for people. And then the forwarding number is your real phone number so that you can get the text back, or when people call you, it'll push through so you can answer on the phone. Does that answer your question, or is it deeper than that, which we can cover later?
Well, I think I did it for one of us, but me and my wife do this together. So I just figured out I would just add another number in there too.
Yeah.
So she would have a different number forwarding to her. Right?
Correct.
Did I do that right?
Yeah, each person has to have their own number. It won't go to the two separate numbers. Yeah. But we can, if there's, you can book me. I just want to cover that quickly in case there was something super easy. Okay. Yep. So once you get your phone number set in there, you're gonna want to let's take a look here. This is something that's super helpful. Once you have your phone number, this is for everybody. You're going to come through here. This your number name is what they're going to see when you call them, and then you forward calls to your real phone number, and then you have two options here. This past caller number ID. What this is this will say lead connector, which is the phone service app thing that we use. It'll say lead connector dash like Amy Kruger. So it'll let you know, oh, this is actually a call from Optapro, but it's Amy Kruger calling me. Okay. And then, so I highly suggest usually doing that, and then whisper message. And then what I do is, this is like a test account, but on my Optapro account, I put call from, and I do the squiggles. What are they called again, Amy? The curly brackets. I asked Amy to look it up for me because I'm like, what the heck, what are these things called? But I think we just settled they're also called just brackets. So I think we're going to live with brackets. So we got a call from, what I do is contact.name. And so when you answer the phone, when Optapro calls you, and then this timeout thing, just leave it as that, that's fine. And then update. So when you get a call, and when you say hello, there's just going to be a little robot voice. It's going to be like call from Amy Kruger, and then you're on. So that's really, really helpful. Okay. So and you'll do that for both of your numbers, Brandon. You just come over to the pencil and add those as well. Okay. So these are, we've already been through tasks. We've been through smart lists here. Jill, you're not in front of me. Oh, there you are. Okay. So Jill, one of the things we went over earlier, this is new, and this, I didn't have this in Optapro when you and I met. We've started adding people's hundreds list built in so that you can have everything in one place. So if that's something you would like, it's a manual ad for us. So you just shoot me an email, and with the link to your hundreds list, your Google Sheet, whatever you have it, and then I'll park it over there for you. Okay. And then can you just verify too, sorry for the repeat, everybody else, can you verify that you can get into the members area? It's a separate login, and Amy can reset that for you if not.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No, that's okay. Yeah. And the reason that I'll go here. Some of you guys have pretty large organizations, and where this is going, I'll kind of show you is that this is like a really nice format to build your own courses. And so like, let's say that when you bring coach on your team, you're like, I want to make this person feel welcome. I want them to see my face. I want to like, here are some documents that you need. Here's we walk through these 8-9 steps or whatever. So that is coming probably late summer for you to be able to build your own courses and all that stuff. And that's a little bit why that members area is set up like it is. But it's not ready to go yet, but that's where that's at. So okay. The other parts of the setup that we got a new list. Oh, there. Okay. The other parts of the setup that you'll want to take kind of note of is you'll walk through bringing in your clients, making your smart lists. I'm going to show you something that's super helpful. Everybody has to kind of figure out your best, like your workflow of how you use this the best, and we've left it open for you to do that. I'm going to teach you how to do a triggered workflow. Okay. So what that means is in your workflows, there's two different types of workflows. There's workflows that just kind of hang out in space. Thanks, Amy. There's a workflow that hangs out in space, which just means like your start week. It's like 8 days of content just ready to go, sitting there waiting for you to assign somebody to it, right? So that's one type of workflow. And then there's a triggered workflow, and a triggered workflow is something that like when this action happens, then do this workflow. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example. So we'll go over here to automation. Okay, and we're going to build a workflow from scratch. Okay. And this is going to help you like work a little quicker, stop repeating steps that you do all the time. And let me give you an example. So up here, when you create a new workflow, I think they're still having a problem with the link. Anybody? So we'll have.
I'm sorry, I'm trying not to disrupt you.
No, that's okay.
Just thought I'd pop in there.
I think there's like 4 or 5 people still wanting to get in there. Hey, Eve, I see you hanging out there. Great to have you here. Long time, my friend. So, okay, when you create a new workflow, you're going to create a trigger, and the trigger it could be anything. So I'm going to give you a couple test examples. Okay. So let's say that this happened. This is a real one that I use all the time. Like when someone books an appointment with me, are you guys using the booking part of this yet? The calendar thing? No. Okay. Let's go back. I'll show you this real quick, but let's talk about your calendars, because that's a major part of this that's going to like simplify your life a ton. Okay. But let's just build this real quickly. So for me, when someone books with me, the system sets it up. It puts it on your Google Calendar for you. It sends a little, text through Optapro. But for me, like when someone books me, I don't care if it is like next Tuesday. I want to know. I want to have it on my real phone. Like, do you know what I mean? I just don't like being surprised. You know what I mean? So we're going to show you how to let yourself know. So the trigger is customer booked appointment. Okay. So if you have multiple different types of appointments, then what you're going to do is if they book any type of appointment with you, you can just leave it like this. Or if you're like, I want to in this specific calendar, this specific like 15-minute checking, I only care about these ones, whatever. You can do it that way. So let's just say, for example's sake, I want to know when my 15-minute call happens, and you can also add another trigger. So customer booked appointment, and that appointment is 15-minute and my health coaching and whatever. Okay. So you just hit save trigger. So if either one of those two things happens, Optapro, I want you to send me a text. So you're going to add an action, and it opens up this window, and you're going to scroll down to, here we go, send internal notification. So you're not sending it out to your clients, you're sending it to yourself. That's why it's internal notification. And then you're going to send an SMS. And then right here, it's going to say select user type, and you're going to put a custom number. And then you're just going to type in your real phone number. Like, I don't care. Like, I want to know when I get booked. And then you should save it, because this is your Optapro number texting you yourself. So you should just say, hi, this is Optapro. And then this is where you, Brandon, you can use those custom values right here. You can just say contact, full name, just booked, and then appointment type up here, title, with you on. Then I use this all the time. And so let's see, on what is the time? I forget where it's at. Oh, right here. Yeah. Appointments. And then if you do start, date, time, it'll do all three on Tuesday at 3. So you don't have to do in each one individual. Okay. So you just save that. And now if someone books either one of those 2 appointments or all appointments, it'll send you a text. And then you just save that, and it just lives in the background for you. You don't have to ever do it again. You don't have to mess with it. Okay. So any questions about that real quick before I move on? Is that like too much, too fast? Are you okay? Okay. All right. Let's go take care of your calendar. So that's a big part of this. Okay. So the very first thing that you're going to do to set up your calendars does not begin with your calendars. It begins with tying your Optapro with your Gmail or with your Outlook. And how you do that is you're going to come down to settings, and then integrations. If you guys want to do this like real time, I'm fine to go a little slower if you want to just do it with me. Meanwhile, someone just keeps trying to call my phone from South Africa. I'm sure that is not a call that I really want to answer.
You probably won $1 million.
That's probably what it is. I know, and I just missed my opportunity. Thank you for that. All right, so go to integrations, and then you just go sign in with your Gmail account. Then it'll say, hey, is it cool if we connect Lead Connector? That's our back end system. You'll say yes, allow. And then as soon as it'll get done, it'll say, you don't have an account for this location or whatever, because this is built so that like real estate businesses or restaurants, like that have multiple locations, can use this as well. But for all of you guys, you just have one location. So they're calling again. It must be really urgent in South Africa right now. Okay, so once that's connected, you'll get a little green light, connected. Perfect. And then you're going to go back over to settings, and then go to My Staff. And then click on You, hit edit. You guys with me? Give me like a thumbs up that you're that far so far. Okay. All right. So yeah, go to settings, My Staff, go on You, edit. And then at the bottom down here, calendar configuration. Okay, so you're going to see like, oh, this is not added for this person right here. It's because in my test account over here, let me go to my real account. In the test account, all the names are just fake and not really connected. So here we go. All right, so you're going to go to calendar configuration, and then it's going to say this top one, primary. You're going to hit edit, and it's like, which of your calendars do you want to be the primary calendar? Meaning no one else outside you sees this. It's just when someone books with you through Optapro, where do you want that appointment to land? So do you want it to land on this or your Optavia calendar or whatever? So for me, I have it on my Optapro calendar. and then you'll hit save. And then the next box down is really helpful, and it will say, okay, cool, that's your primary, but check for conflicts against, oops, there we go. Check for conflicts against all these other 19 different calendars that you that you may or may not have. So, and I'll teach you a hard one trick in here. So my wife is a coach as well. She does telehealth during the day for her full-time job still. So for instance, we used to put on here, I had home family, oh no, it was family schedule. You can see this one's not blocked. And it's because she would put things on there like she's going to the dentist. And like, oh, that's great. And I'm sorry that you have to go to the dentist, but that doesn't mean that I'm not available. And that's what happened. She was like, I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, so it would block me off. So I made a specific calendar that would be like, okay, that's family. And it still shows up on my Google, but it doesn't make me unavailable in Optapro. So just something to think about moving forward. Okay, so once you have your conflicts done,
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
How is it to do it on iCal, the Apple iOS?
We can do
calendar?
that too. You have to do a pass. It has nothing to do with Optapro. It has to do with on your phone to connect. You have to connect your Apple calendar to your Google calendar so it'll pass through. And that's what I do too. So if that's helpful,
Okay.
I can show you guys how to do that too real quick. Anybody else an Apple person too? Yes, I see. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me.
Reluctantly.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. That's why we do this. Okay, just give me a second to pull up my calendar thing here. Okay, so I'll stop sharing this and share my. Okay. Oh, I don't know what happened. There we go. Can you guys see my the same? What are you guys looking at here? So I've lost my share screen because my, oh, here we go. You guys can see my calendars, right? Okay. All right. So this is I'm in Apple calendars now. So at the bottom here, you're going to hit calendars. And then you're going to hit add calendar. If it's already not showing up right here, like I've already shared mine, so you can see like there's my personal and my Optapro and all the things. So I can select which ones show up. So if they're already not in here that you can select, then you have to add calendar and then just follow the steps to say like you'll hit add calendar. And then I've already added all the calendars that I have, so there's nothing else for me to select here. But that's where you would do it. If like for instance, did you see it? Did you connect it?
It just asked me for the name, right?
Yep. Is it not showing you this stuff here? Like
yeah, so I just added a new one, and so, but it's not connected to Gmail yet.
Okay.
Or to Google Calendar.
Okay. Let's see here. It's been a little while since I've ever done it. You may have to if they're not already on your phone, you have like in your settings, for instance, do you have, when you go to settings, and then it is in, I think it's in, let's see if it's in calendars, it might be accounts.
When you go to calendar, then you can select accounts.
There you go. Yep.
That's just connecting all your devices, I think, to sync them. Yeah, I can add an account if that's what I need to do.
Okay. Yeah, so if it's not connected already there, you'll just have to like go through, select it's Google, it's whatever. So, Beth, did you catch that? Look like you were watching. You lost? Are you with us? You okay?
Yeah, I'll have to replay that one. I'm kind of lost trying to find it on my phone here, so.
Okay, so we can get to it real quick. So you go to settings. You're gonna scroll down to calendar. And then accounts. And then if you're not seeing it here, this last one, the add account, and then it'll be like, what kind of account is this? And then you'll just, I hit Google just now, and it'll be like sign into whatever Google account that you're trying to connect to it. And once your calendar is connected to your Apple, then you can, it'll ask you like my Optapro account here, like, yes, I want my mail and my calendar and my notes or whatever. Once it's connected to your phone, then it'll be available to select back over in the actual calendar app, so that you can, right here in the center on the bottom, calendars, and then you can add it right there to say, oh, I actually want to see my home family or the whatever calendar is that in question. But you can watch it back if you'd like to. So
Thank you.
Sure. Okay. All right. Amy, look at that random photo that popped up on my. Amy and I used to work together at a church. Jill is a church person as well. So, okay. That was from a giant Easter egg hunt that we did a couple years ago. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so once that is connected there, in your Google or your Outlook is connected to Optapro, then you're going to go back over here, and maybe we can spend the rest of our time on calendaring here. So I want to show you in calendars. You hit calendars and then calendar settings, and you okay, so you have two little folders. You have calendars and then you have groups, okay? We start you off with a group called, well, yours says, let me go back to the demo account. There we go, health coaching. Okay, and you can see there's 3 calendars in that. And what that means is within this, you can create different types of appointments, like for this specific purpose. So like you can maybe, a way to think of it is like a health coaching is not a great example, because what it really going to look like is I have like client facing things and I have coach facing things underneath you and your team, right? So maybe you make yourself a group called coaching, and then one called clients, and they're not going to see the name of that, it's just for you. But let's just say, for example, like I have these 3 in this group here, so that I can come over here and select right here in the groups page. I'm already creating those calendars. I'll go back to that in a second. But once you have them in a group, this is the purpose of it. So that you can copy this link here, move our conversation window, and I'm going to open up a new page with, oh, you guys can't see.
I don't think I'm not seeing you doing anything right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I realize I think I'm not sharing my entire there. I'll just do this. Okay. So I've gone to a new window here. Can you guys see that? Okay. And I'm just copying that scheduling link, and this is the purposes of it. So remember, we said that we had 3 different types of calendar appointments in there. So you can just send somebody like, here's my link. Here are the 3 different appointment types that I have to offer. Eve, who's on the call, is always my like case that I tell people about, because Eve serves both Spanish and English speaking clients. So she's like, I don't know who is who just based on a name. Sometimes you can guess, right? But like, I'm just going to put it all out there. If you need a 15-minute check-in call, or I don't know how to say 15-minute check-in call in Spanish, or whatever, you just choose, oh, I want a coaching call. And then there's that calendar. Okay. So that's the purpose of putting them in groups. But let's go take a look at how to set up a calendar to begin with. So you're going to, I'll just make one from scratch here. So when you're in the calendar, the settings thing, you'll go to this little calendars tab and you're going to create a calendar. The best version of this for your future, if you ever add a spouse or a VA or any, just select round robin is the best. And what that means is like, if you choose to, it'll assign it to whoever's available. And that way you don't have to recreate it later. So you have 3 tabs to set up a calendar. Okay. So the first thing is going to be to add a user. It's like, who is this calendar for? Because some of you guys have, spouses so you'll set whoever it's for. And then right here, this is asking, it says meeting location. This is where you could type in an address if you want. But right here, you can custom just means this is going to be a phone call. But if you want to, you can connect your Zoom. And so like, if you guys have booked an appointment with me, it automatically creates a Zoom link for us. I don't have to do it, just sends it to you. You don't have to recreate the wheel. I love that part of this. So you can connect your Zoom. Yeah, I'm already good. I've already done that. So you can connect there. And then this is the name of the actual calendar. Like, what is this meeting? So this is what they're going to see as well. And I'll show you where we'll make a little test one. So health coaching. Okay. And then this is where you would tell them why you're meeting or you're excited to meet. Or I have a lot of coaches that will kind of like say, hey, to their coaching downline, hey, before we meet for your check-in call, please have this, and this ready, or whatever you would like to say them. And then you will, for the calendar URL, you have to, I know this is a pain, but you have to put something in there. So usually just put your initials or anything else really. This is not really useful, but we have to put it in there. It's just for creating the actual link to a calendar. So there's that. You can add a logo if you would like. And then the appointment title, this is what's going to show up on your calendar and theirs. A good practice is to put, if they're booking with you, then they should see your name first. And you should be the one to have to look at your calendar and see, oh, who is this with? Because it's just a small pet peeve, but I hate when I book with a company and I get the calendar invite, has my name on there. And like, I know I'm meeting with myself like a week later. I'm like, what is this appointment again? I don't even remember, you know what I mean? So just do them a favor and put your name in there first. And then you'll hit save and continue. Okay, this part's important. How long do the appointments last? How often are they offered? Is it top of the hour, every 15 minutes, whatever? Appointments per slot. This is usually just one. This means like only one person can book you at 9, unless it's like a type of appointment like, yeah, I'll take as many people that want to join me at 9. Come on, whatever. But usually for our cases, it's only one person at a time. Otherwise, it's awkward. So, and then appointments per day is like, there may be, every 30 minutes from 9 to 5, but after I've hit like, I don't know, like 5 appointments that day, I'm done. You know what I mean? So once I've reached 5 appointments or whatever your number is, then you can't be booked anymore that day. It bumps to the next day. Minimum scheduling notice is like, I'm usually good with an hour. Some people need 18 hours or a whole day or whatever. And then the date range is like, how far out does this calendar go? How far out can you be booked? Just a best practice I found is 12 days, because that's like whatever week you're in, that's like the rest of this week and into next week. Past that, people usually kind of forget that they've even made the appointment. But you do you. And then here is where you can set the times for this specific calendar. Like, let's just say like you're getting super organized and I only do this specific task that I'm making this calendar for, like my client check-ins or whatever. I only do those on Mondays from 8 to 5 or whatever. Okay. That's what that is. And if you want to allow people to set up recurring appointments, like, hey, just book a time with me. We're going to meet every day for 6 days or every week for 6 weeks or whatever. You can make that an option on there as well. Okay. And then very lastly, this is like the confirmation part of it. So custom form, you just leave that. That just means when they book, it's down here. The email, they ask for the name, email, and phone number, and that's what tells Optapro like, oh, this person's in my system already, or oh, this is a new person, and it will create a contact file for you. And then this is important too. Let the calendar auto confirm my appointment. That means like out of the times that I've offered, if you book this appointment with me, you're getting that appointment. I said I was available, you said you were available at 3, we're on. Other people choose to use this as a gatekeeper. Like just because you have requested that time at 3, I or my assistant will get back to you and let you know if I can do that appointment or not. Some people like to gatekeep it that way, but it is one more step for you to have to manage to be like, hey, so-and-so tried to book with you, do you want it or no? So, but that's where that is. It usually comes already on. And then at the very end, you'll want to make sure to adjust this. This is just a filler sentence. This is what they say after they say, yes, try to book with this person. This is going to pop up. So just make sure it says something that you want to say. Okay. So let's just, for example's sake, we'll complete this one. And then we'll look for, here's our new health coaching one we just made. Okay. And then we're going to grab the link over here. Just either one of these two, scheduling link or permanent link, they're basically both the same. It has to do with parking it in a website. So just literally either one. So just copy the link. And then, are you guys still seeing my open up a new window? Okay. Paste that in there. And this is what it looks like. You can see this is the title that we made. This is the description that we made. And then there's 30-minute appointments. And then this is kind of cool. It auto reads for the time zone of the person trying to book you. It reads the IP address of the person trying to book you. So you don't have to play that game of like 2 o'clock your time or my time or what, like, and if you're in Arizona, what time zone are you on this month or whatever. So it just does that for you. And then they can select, and then you're on. So that is like the high level of everything. And so just to honor your time, we'll close it out with any questions that you have for this evening. It's a lot, I know. But I will say Amy's been like new at this just a few weeks with us, and she's already up and running on it. And so it just takes a little bit of, you guys know, it's anything that you're learning new just takes time. So just be patient with yourself, and we're doing our best to help resource you and just reach out for what you need. But okay, well, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for investing the time in it, and it's really, honestly, it's a real privilege to partner with you and your businesses, and we take this really seriously, and really grateful to serve you. So just let us know how we can do that better, and I'll stop recording here. And